This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Tonight we're learning more about where Governor Nixon has been traveling while in office and how much it's costing taxpayers. Good evening, I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Theo Keith. Today I obtained these documents that show the governor has billed state agencies $400,000 for plane trips. The practice has drawn criticism from Republicans and Democrats. I got these 13 pages of data as part of a Target 8 investigation. These documents indicate the governor flew on taxpayer-financed airplanes on an average of 1 out of every 3 days in 2009 and 2010. 260 flights in all. The House's Republican Budget Chairman Ryan Silvey says the amount charged is...
It's more than I expected.
The governor's office has a budget to cover the cost of his travel, but records reveal he began exclusively billing other agencies shortly after he took office.
It's like somebody got to him and said, hey, you know, you don't have to do it this way, and you could probably fly around a lot more if you did it, you know, on everybody else's dime instead of your own.
Even though often no one from the agencies was on the plane. Instead, it was just Nixon, staff aides, personal security, and sometimes his wife. More than 40 times he billed every single agency under his control, except his own office. The Department of Economic Development funded dozens of Nixon's trips. House Democrats and Republicans have endorsed a plan that would prohibit Nixon from continuing the practice. The governor defended himself last month at a news conference before turning his back on reporters and walking away without taking another question. The governor's communications director told us she couldn't comment on the data until next Wednesday. She says she doesn't know why Nixon stopped paying for trips out of his own office's budget. Now, this isn't the first time Nixon's travel has made the news. Last year, a Target 8 investigation revealed the governor took out-of-town trips on more than half the days lawmakers were in session. Republicans and Democrats have said the governor should be able to travel around the state, but they say his current way of billing the costs are far from transparent.
This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
The administration turned over the files, but it's staying quiet, right?
Hey, but the information comes the same day as the governor's office tells us he traveled to Southeast Missouri, Jackson, and Waynesville for events. These documents, 13 pages in all, provided by Nixon's Office of Administration, include 260 flights Nixon took in 2009 and 2010. That's an average of 1 every 3 days. The governor's office has a budget to cover Nixon's travel, but these documents reveal he began exclusively billing other agencies for himself, his wife, staff aides, and personal security to fly around the state shortly after he took office. In fact, the last time the governor's office budget is shown to have covered a flight is January 2009. After that, he's charged other departments, including health, labor, public safety, economic development, and natural resources. Nixon's communications director, Christy Bertelson, said she couldn't comment on the data until next Wednesday. In the House, Republicans and Democrats have endorsed a budget plan that would ban Nixon from billing other agencies to cover the cost of his flights. Coming up tonight at 9 and 10, we'll break down the purpose of the trips and we'll have legislative reaction to the data.